Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said Man United remain in talks with Paul Pogba's representatives over a new contract. Sky Sports recently said Paul Pogba is increasingly unlikely to sign a new Man United contract. Pogba rejected a new £50 million contract offer at Manchester United, and reflecting on that, he's set to leave this summer. Pogba's current contract expires next year because last season we triggered that 1 year extension on his contract. Not so long ago it said a new contract for Paul Pogba could see him stay at the club for the rest of his career. Man United are expecting a Paul Pogba bid from PSG. Man United are expecting PSG to make their move for Pogba before the transfer window shuts. PSG are confident that £43 million will be enough. Not so long ago, Paul Pogba was discussing the personal terms with PSG. He said though PSG have not yet made any formal contact. PSG want to partner Pogba alongside Wijnaldum in their midfield. But Pogba has had a long-running transfer saga. He's also been linked with Real Madrid. He's been relentlessly linked with a return to Juventus. Pogba did enjoy 4 good years with Juventus before he rejoined Man United. Barcelona have been in for him. It recently said Barcelona are working tirelessly on a swap deal for Pogba. It says they're willing to offer Samuel Umtiti and Antoine Griezmann as part of the Pogba deal. And Inter Milan have been in for him before. I want Pogba to stay for next season. He's our most expensive signing at the moment because we paid £89 million for him. He's won 3 trophies at the club so far. He's endured 5 seasons at Manchester United since he rejoined. At one point last season, Pogba was out with a thigh injury for a while. But he produced his best performances in the last couple of months of last season. Mino Raiola has obviously been desperate to get Pogba out of the football club. He did a lot of talking last season. He made an announcement back in December last year. He said Pogba's career at Man United is over. He said he's unhappy and he has to leave and he's got no intentions of extending his contract. Solskjaer was furious with Mino Raiola's announcement. Now, I want to delve into some news on Saul Niguez from Atletico Madrid. So, Man United bid for Saul Niguez. Man United think they can sign Saul Niguez for £45 million. Not so long ago, Solskjaer called Saul Niguez. Mundo Deportivo said not so long ago that Man United have been in advanced talks with Saul Niguez's agent, and it said that Man United are the front runners to sign him. Saul Niguez wants to make a move to the Premier League. It said Man United and Liverpool are set to rival Barcelona in the battle to sign Saul Niguez. At one point, Barcelona were in talks with Atletico Madrid over a swap deal involving Griezmann and Saul Niguez. Saul Niguez has a 129 million release clause. He's got a contract with Atletico Madrid until 2026, because back in 2017 he signed a 9-year contract. He can be deployed as a central midfielder or a defensive midfielder. And he's been a long-serving player at Atletico Madrid. He's endured 13 years or so with them. But yeah, there is a lot of midfielders on our agenda. I recently give you the news on Ruben Neves from Wolves. He says, Man United are leading Arsenal in the race to sign Ruben Neves. He says Wolves are willing to sell him for £35 million. Eduardo Camavinga, we're still trying to get him from Rennes. Sport Build recently said that Man United submitted a contract offer to sign Leon Goretzka from Bayern Munich on a free transfer in the summer of 2022. Declan Rice, he's also on our agenda. The news on Rafael Varane from Real Madrid. Manchester United are very close to sealing a transfer deal for Varane. Manchester United have a full agreement with Varane after Varane had showdown talks with Carlo Ancelotti. Varane is expected to join Manchester United. We've got to come to an agreement on a fee. It says Manchester United refused to pay Real Madrid's asking price for Varane. Florentino Perez is demanding £50 million. We are reluctant to pay any more than £40 million. TF1 said the other day that there was an agreement in principle between Manchester United and Varane has agreed a contract until 2026, so that's a 5-year deal. Man United are willing to double Rafael Varane's wages in order to sign him this summer. And it said the other day that Man United are just hours away from completing the Rafael Varane transfer. But Varane has definitely decided to leave Real Madrid. He's notified Real Madrid that he wants to join Manchester United this summer. Real Madrid offered Varane a renewal contract offer, but he rejected it. Varane's current contract at Real Madrid expires next year. So it's looking very imminent that Varane is going to be our second major signing this summer. Varane has been a long-serving player at Real Madrid. He's been with them for 10 years. Made 360 appearances in all competitions. Also won a lot of trophies. So reflecting on that, he's got a good pedigree as a player. Real Madrid got Varane from Lens back in 2011. I can assure Varane will exceed expectations in the Premier League. He'll fit in our team perfectly. What a centre-back partnership that will be, Varane and Harry Maguire. because they'll complement each other very well. Not so long ago, Real Madrid lost Sergio Ramos. He joined PSG on a 3 transfer. But like I've said, I'm expecting Manchester United to endure a very good summer transfer window, because I am very convinced that Solskjaer's going to get all the players he wants to recommend in. And it's about time he got the backing he deserves. Solskjaer made it clear that he wants to make around 4 signings in this summer transfer window. And he identified the areas in the squad where he needs to strengthen up. This summer transfer window is Solskjaer's 5th transfer window as permanent Man United manager. There's a lot of players that are going to stay at Manchester United, and I reckon there's quite a few players that have got long-term futures at the club. So Dean Henderson, I reckon he's going to be staying with us. I hope he's our number 1 for next season. Not so long ago it said that Solskjaer had chosen Dean Henderson to be our number 1 for next season. He's reliable enough to be our number 1 because he did well in a lot of the games he was in goal for last season, and he's got that experience behind him. He endured 2 successful loans with Sheffield United. He's also had other loan spells before. Before the start of last season, Dean Henderson signed a 6-year contract with Man United, so reflecting on that, he committed his future to the club. David De Gea, there's a good chance he's going to remain at Manchester United for next season, because the last time I read up about De Gea, it said that De Gea has decided to cut short his holiday by 2 weeks to fight for a starting place. The other week it said that De Gea could be loaned out by Man United next season to make room in the goalkeeping department, because he said De Gea's future was in doubt following the arrival of Tom Heaton. Said that De Gea was set for talks with Solskjaer over his future after the Euros. De Gea said he's determined to fight for his future. I still think David De Gea is a very, very good goalkeeper, despite him making a lot of mistakes in the last couple of years. De Gea's been long serving at Man United. He's endured 10 years at the club. He's made over 500 appearances in all competitions, and he's won everything domestically. A few years ago he was regarded as the best goalkeeper in the world. De Gea's on £375,000 a week. If we was to sell him in this summer transfer window, I reckon we'd get from between 40 to 50 million pound. Luke Shaw, he's going to be staying at the club as well, which I'm delighted about, because Luke Shaw's a very good left back, and Luke Shaw was our best player last season. I thought he did very well for England during the tournament. Fabrizio Romano mentioned not so long ago that Man United are in the process of extending Luke Shaw's contract. I think Shaw's just got under 2 years left on his current contract. Shaw still remains our first choice left back despite the arrival of Alex Telles, and I reckon he's had a good career at Man United, Shaw. You know, he has been at the club now over 7 years, so he's been a long-serving player. Harry Maguire, He'll also stay at Manchester United. I don't know how long for. I think he's a decent centre half. You know, he's had some good games at Man United. He's also had some bad games. And he did well for England during the tournament. But we did overpay for him. We got him in a deal worth 80 million from Leicester. He's the most expensive centre half in the world at the moment, and the second most expensive signing at the club. It was a big miss for us towards the end of last season because he had ligament damage in his ankle. Eric Bailly, he'll also stay at Manchester United. I don't know if I'm happy that he's staying. You know, Eric Bailly is a decent centre half, but my element of concern about him is way too injury prone. But don't forget, towards the end of last season, Eric Bailly signed a new contract with Man United until 2024. There's an option of a further year. We probably did make a mistake giving him that new contract. Bailly has been with us now over 5 years. We got him for 30 million from Villarreal back in 2016. He's been subjected to transfer speculation before. Victor Lindelof, he's going to remain at Man United for next season. I'm disappointed about that. I think we need to offload Lindelof because, you know, analysing the vast majority of his games at Man United, he has been inconsistent. He's had some good games though. Victor Lindelof is too predictable and he makes too many mistakes. Lindelof's been with us since 2017. We got him for 31 million from Benfica. And Wan-Bissaka, he's also going to stay at Manchester United as well. I reckon he's got a long-term future at the club. Bissaka is one of the best right-backs we've had since Gary Neville. Defensively, he's always been superb, but Bissaka has got to show more attacking intent. He's endured 2 full seasons at Man United. We got him for 50 million from Palace in the summer of 2019. Scott McTominay, he's going to be staying at Man United. I'm delighted about it really, because he is a decent player, but McTominay is not yet on that level where we want him to be at. The question is, can he emulate to that level? He certainly needs more time at the club. He's been part of the club for a long time as it stands. Just after the first lockdown last year, he signed a 5-year contract with Man United. So flexing on that, he committed his future to the club. Matic, it looks like he's going to be staying at Man United for next season, which I am disappointed about because I think we need to get rid of Matic. He's part of the deadwood now. And I've got my strong reservations about Matic because he's always been a static player. And he's ageing up. And he isn't one of our first choice midfielders, but despite that he still gets his chances. Matic has been with us over 4 years now. We got him for 40 million from Chelsea back in 2017. Donny van der Beek, it looks like he's going to be staying with us for next season because it recently said Donny van der Beek is going to snub interest from Germany, Italy and France to remain at Manchester United. Van der Beek has only endured 1 full season at the club. Van der Beek hasn't been given enough opportunities. Most of Donny van der Beek's appearances have come from the bench. Van der Beek only started 4 games in the league last season. He's made like 36 appearances in all competitions. We got Van der Beek in a deal worth 40 million from Ajax last year. He's under contract with Man United till 2025. And he's versatile, he can play in 3 different roles. But when we got Van der Beek, I expected him to play a lot more than he has done. Bruno Fernandes, he's going to be staying with us as well. Bruno Fernandes is our best player, and he's one of the best signings we have made since Ferguson retired. In most of Bruno Fernandes's games at Man United, he's been very, very consistent, but there's also been quite a few games where he has looked off the pace, but let's be honest, we've overplayed him. Bruno Fernandes did win Player of the Year, and he's won Player of the Month quite a few times, reflecting on his good performances. Fernandes has been with us now over a year and a half. Fabrizio Romano said not so long ago that Man United are looking at a new contract for Bruno Fernandes, because he said towards the end of last season we was willing to double his wages to £200,000 a week. Fernandes is under contract with us till 2025. There's an option of a further 12 months. We got him from Sporting Lisbon back in January 2020. Fred, he's also going to remain at Man United for next season, but I'm sceptical that he's got a long-term future at the club. Fred can have his good games, but he's had his bad games. We overpaid for him. We got him for 52 million from Shakhtar Donetsk. Mason Greenwood, he's another one that's going to be staying with us. I reckon Greenwood's got a long-term future at Man United. He's been an absolute revelation since he broke into our senior squad, despite him going a long period without scoring. Greenwood made his senior debut for Man United in 2019. Last season he signed a new 4-year contract. He's been a United player since the age of 7. So he's been part of the club for a long time. You can play Greenwood up top. You can also play him on the right wing. Marcus Rashford, he'll also stay at Manchester United. There's definitely aspects of his game that I've got to improve, because Rashford has endured his bad periods and he has become injury prone as well, which is a concern. Rashford is out until October because he's got a shoulder injury. Don't forget, Rashford decided to undergo surgery on his shoulder. We need to keep Marcus Rashford out on that left-hand side because that's where he seems to be more effective. Rashford's been a United player since the age of 7 and he's been in our senior squad since 2016. Edison Cavani, obviously we know he's staying at Manchester United for next season, which I'm delighted about because Cavani has made an impact since he's come in. Romano said towards the end of last season that Cavani agreed a 1-year contract. Martial, he's going to be staying as well for next season. I initially thought he was going to be leaving because he was subjected to transfer speculation. A lot of United fans want Martial to go. Martial has been with us now for is it 6 years or over 6 years? He's got a contract with Man United till 2024. There's an option of a further year. He scored 78 goals for the club in over 200 appearances in all competitions. We got Martial in a deal worth 58 million from Monaco back in 2015. I reckon Martial's had 2 good seasons at Man United. He was good in his debut season under Van Gaal and he was good the season before last. Last season he was out with a knee injury for a while. And Lingard, there's a good chance he's going to be staying at Manchester United. Solskjaer did say not so long ago that Lingard is part of Man United's plans for next season. And at one point it said Man United are preparing to offer Lingard a new 3-year contract worth £130,000 a week, and a while ago now Lingard told Solskjaer in a meeting that he wants to stay at the club. Lingard's current contract at Man United expires next year. I think we've set the asking price for Lingard. We want around 30 million. West Ham do want Lingard, but they've been struggling to meet his asking price, and Everton recently entered the race. Lingard did have a 4-month loan spell with West Ham and he made a fantastic impact. Lingard did score in that pre-season friendly loss to QPR. So there you go, but you know, players are going to leave Manchester United in this summer transfer window. Like I said, there's a very, very good chance that we're going to loan Brandon Williams out to gain him more experience and to get him a lot more opportunities. You know, Williams our third choice left back, he seldom plays for us. We could offload Alex Telles because he's been subjected to transfer speculation recently. Inter Milan want him on loan. Sky in Italy said the other week that Roma were in talks to sign Alex Telles. As a replacement for the injured Leonardo Spinazzola. Telles has only endured one season at Man United, but he's hardly played. He's only made like 9 appearances in the Premier League. We got Telles for 15.4 million from Porto, and Telles has got a contract with Man United till 2024. I'm expecting us to offload Phil Jones. We've agreed to let Axel Tuanzebe go. I'm expecting Diego Dalot to leave. He was out on loan with AC Milan last season. Andres Pereira, I'm expecting him to leave. He was out on loan with Lazio last season. And you know, Pogba, you know, he's another one that could be leaving. So there you go. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments, like, explore on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.